everybody. How's everyone doing tonight? I thought I would have you guys join me while I finished up one of my paintings this evening. So as you guys are hopping on, just let me know you're here. I'm going to kind of position you to where you can see a little bit of both of the paintings. So you can see the finished one and the one we're going to finish up tonight. So I'm just going to pull you guys up really quick. I'm so happy the rain finally quit. Hey, Nikki. So I don't know where everyone is tonight, but we had rain like nonstop here from about 9 o'clock this morning until about 30 minutes ago. So it's been a gloomy day, so we're gonna paint a happy painting. Hey, Nancy. So I'm just gonna get you guys pulled up here real quick just so I don't have to jump back and forth, but I will angle you over this way. So this is what we are doing tonight. Can you guys see that okay? So that's the original, and I am making the duplicate tonight. Hello, Kay. Hey, Marcia. How's that angle look for you guys? Can you see okay for there? I'm having a terrible time with all of my devices actually pulling anything up right now. Everything seems so slow, so I'm trying to wait for this just so I can see your comments easier. We're gonna leave it like this. It's not even setting on my easel, it's setting on my phone holder. Well, I'll just keep looking back because it's not gonna let me pull this up for whatever reason, even though it says I am connected. This has been going on all week, so I don't know what is going on with technology this week, but it is not my friend. I'm gonna try disconnecting from Wi-Fi and going back to it and seeing if that helps. There we go. So as you guys are hopping on, hey Deanna, just comment, let me know you're here, say hi. If you're from out of state, just let us know where you're from as you guys are popping on. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get going. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just finish up. So I kind of got my base of my chapel down already. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Megan. I'm just gonna finish this up and add my little steeple up here. So the reason I'm doing this, if you're looking at this and looking at the original, the reason we want this dark underneath is because I'm going to show you guys a dry brush technique that gives you that really rustic look that you see on here. And it helps even more because we're on palette board, so it gives it even more of that effect. So it looks kind of silly right now, but then we're going to add all the details to it, and that's really where it starts kind of coming together. So we want nice and dark in there. You've got Sunny in Oklahoma, Becky. We've got Nancy from Texas. Gail from Georgia. Rebecca from Bama. We're always the southern states. Denise from Sparta. So yeah, I love it. I mean, I won't say always. There's some of you northerners on there too, but we definitely hit a lot of the southern states on here. So keep on. If you guys are just joining, just say hi. You can post where you're watching from tonight. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I want that to dry over. Most of the bottom part was already dry because I did that earlier today. Let me see real quick. Sorry, I'm just looking at my edges. You know, it's funny, and I tell my students this too. When you're looking at your work, sometimes to see it, like if you take a picture and then look at it from your phone, you'll see things that you don't necessarily see when you're looking right at it. And that's actually the same because I'm watching it on here with you guys, and I just noticed that my angles were just a little off and that I want this side to come down just a little bit more. So that's your first little tip. It's always good to take a break, step away from your work, take a picture of it with your phone, look at it in your phone, and notice the differences that you see. Hey Debbie, hey Julie, Alyssa, Lynn, we've got Mississippi on here. Sharon from Texas. Where are you guys from? There's a couple of you on here from Texas. I used to live in Texas, so I'm always curious. Another Alabama. All right, so I've rinsed the brown out of my brush, and so rinsed it really good. I dried it really good because I want this to be really dry, not wet, because I'm gonna do a little bit of a dry brush technique. I think I'm gonna try to squeeze just even a little bit more out of there. So when I do this, I kind of just go back and forth on my paper towel until I get it nice and dry. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of white on there. See how that's separated? I want it to be like that because it'll give me the streaky brush strokes. So I'm just gonna start at the top, and we'll come back and fix these angles. So you don't want a ton of paint on there, enough to cover. We still want our chapel to be white. We just don't want it to be completely solid. We want a little bit of that brown to kind of come through. I'm gonna pull this edge out just a little bit. Same here. So can you guys see that? When you do a quick dry brush over top of it, you can still see that wood grain behind there. So that's just like a really nice effect. And even if you're not painting on wood, you will still get that on canvas if you don't have too much paint on your brush. So that's the technique that I use whether I'm painting on canvas or wood, is kind of a dry brush if you want that more rustic look. So I'm just gonna fill in all my areas here. So this is my spring version. I call it spring just because that's when I made it, but this is easily a piece that can be hung in your house year round. I have it hanging in my house year round, but I am thinking about doing a fall one. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want that to look like. So I'm thinking, I have a Christmas, or not a Christmas, a winter one that's really pretty too. And it's got a lot of like the bluish colored pine trees in the back. But I want to do something for fall also with some of the warmer fall colors. So I think that'll be fun. All right, let's see who we got. Hi, Nancy. North Central Texas. Electro west of Wichita Falls. Rebus from Texas. We got lots of Texans on here tonight. Julie's watching 2 sports and me. That sounds like my evenings. I'm usually multitasking myself. Okay, so I've got that on there. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to grab one of my skinnier brushes here, and I want to just do a quick outline with my black. And again, if you're looking at the original, you can see this is messy. This is not supposed to be perfect, crisp lines. Nancy, I lived in Dallas, actually like Farmers Branch area. We were there for 3 years while my husband got his chiropractic degree. So I'm just lightly dragging the black around the edges, kind of come in here just a little bit. And I'm not worried about it being perfectly lined up with my white. This is not one of those types of paintings where it's supposed to be too perfect. It's just to give the accent, to kind of highlight the edges a little bit. So this is going to pull in our our triangle. We had that the other night. We were calling things, Nancy, what was it? You were there. You were calling a triangle a rectangle, which is I think what I just did. So I don't know why that's on the brain. So we've got a little bit of separation there. We've got Branson. Hey Terry. Hey Renee. Let us know where you guys are from if you're not local. I'm just going to go down the side. And then I'm going to come underneath the bottom of my chapel, and I'm going to create like a little rectangle here that's going to kind of act as our step. As you guys are jumping on, we've got several of you on here right now. If you look to the left of where you can comment, there's a share button. So if you guys want to share this with your friends, let them know. There's a fun little painting going on that can jump on and watch with you. That will be awesome. So I'm just adding a little step there, and I will eventually come up in my doorway a little bit too. And just comment below. Once you share it, we may do a little contest at the end if we get a lot of shares on here. We had one from the other day too, so if you guys didn't, I don't remember which live it was. I think it might have been the one yesterday when I was doing the topiary. We did a contest on that one, so if you haven't gone on there, you can check that out as well. That's right, Nancy. I forgot. I should have the Chiefs game on right now. So I'm a split between, I am a Packers fan because my dad's a Packers fan and I grew up loving the Packers, but I'm a Chiefs fan because I live in Missouri. So this is always a hard one for me, who I really want to win. So right now I'm just giving myself my little outlines where I know I want my windows. I want a nice big circle right here. I know I'm going to have a rectangle right in the middle of this panel. Let me look over here and make sure I'm not missing any comments. We have another one from Texas. Lisa from Arkansas, what do I put in my paint to make it thicker? Can you guys see that? I can't tell if that's backwards or not. So this is Liquitex. You can get gloss or matte. So if you don't want it shiny, you can also get a matte version. So you can just scoop. This is just like a white. Try to get past this light so you can see. Mine's a mess. Has a bunch of different colors in there. But you can just scoop that out and mix it with your paint, and it makes your paint thicker. So if you're using craft paints, which tend to be a little runnier, that's a great thing to add to that. And that's what I did in, oh, where's the painting I'm looking for? This one. So this is done with gel medium, and it makes all these brush strokes super thick. The background has texture to it, so definitely fun to play with. So I'm just going to complete in, kind of give an idea of where I want my door to be. And then I want these tall, skinny windows. And they're going to go above. And the thing with this kind of style, it's almost kind of folk arty. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's okay if one of your windows is bigger than the other one. So just kind of have comfort in that. Not all paintings are meant to be picture perfect. You want them to have character. You want them to be different. So we've got our outlines on there so you can kind of have a general idea of where I'm going to add that. Sorry, I'm just looking here. We've got Oklahoma. Did you start this from scratch? So Renee, I started earlier. This was a blank palette earlier today. Before I started the live, I already had my background on here and the initial shape of the chapel, because otherwise I'd be on here with you guys for quite a while. So I wanted to do some finishing touches with you. Thank you guys for sharing. We've got here in Springfield, Oklahoma, Amarillo. Lisa, you can get it at any craft store. You can get it through my Amazon store as my affiliate link. I have it on there, all the products that I use. I have that link in some of my other posts and on my Facebook page, but I'll put that in there as well. So you can get it from Hobby Lobby, Michael's, wherever. Sometimes they have them on sale, so it's up to you wherever you want to get that at, or you can use the coupons. Carla said, what was the product again? It's Liquitex Gloss Heavy Gel. And yeah, I don't know, Nancy, I don't know if you're able to copy and paste that from maybe another one of, I don't know what you're on, if that would even be easy for you to copy and paste that, the link from one of my other lives to my store. Or you guys, it should be on my homepage. You can also go to the website, which is just thesocialeasel.com. And when you go there, there's a tab that says My Favorite Products. And underneath that is a link to Amazon, and everything is there. And I break it down into categories. So if you've done the paint pours with me, there's a section on that. The glow-in-the-dark stuff I've done with the girls. And then just all your basics of what you need to start painting at home. Jackie's from Illinois. I don't think I knew that, Jackie. All right. So I've got that on there. I'm going to come in with a little bit bigger brush, and I want to go in and fill my windows. So these are going to be a little bit of a baby blue first, and there's some layers to these. And these are all just real quick. I don't spend too much time on this because, again, I'm not trying to make it perfect. We just want to get our brush strokes filled in here. And I like the look of the black and the other colors overlapping in some areas and then doing the opposite in others. I think it just adds character to your painting when you do that. So then if you're looking at the original compared to this one, you can see I've got some yellow mixed in there and some white. So I'm just going to go back and grab some of those and just real quick. And I tend to get some heavier paint on here and then don't push down very hard just so it doesn't overblend. And then we're going to come back with some metallic gold on top of this also. Pick up a little bit more white here. Thank you, Nancy. And then I want my door, I'm going to start with kind of a grayish color first. Picking up a little bit of blue with my gray. So if you guys are having fun watching these videos and you want to learn more about acrylic painting, but maybe you don't know where to start because you've never done it before, we have our online studio opening September 16th. It's only open for 4 days, and then we close the doors again until next year. But this is a membership group that I started a few months ago, and Nancy and Julie and Jackie and Becky, there's several of my students on here right now they're in the group. And so basically, when you're in the group with me, I don't teach at this angle. I teach using this, and you get an above head view. So you get to see everything up close and personal. You get to see how I do the brush strokes. And then you have full access to everything. So you guys are going to have full access to everything I've already done with my group over the last several months, which I believe comes to like 8 full painting tutorials that you will have access to. In addition to, we do technique weeks where they learn new techniques from me, or we have special guests. I'm so excited. So those of you that decide to join in September, you are going to have an awesome first month, because we have the first week I'm teaching our full painting tutorial, and then the second week we have one of my friends teaches glass art, which I know absolutely nothing about, and this is why it's so awesome to have other creative friends. She's going to come in and teach our group, and even discount the kit for them to teach them how to do glass art. So that is coming the second week, and we've got all kinds of fun fall paintings coming up. And then in October, my friend Tamara, who does door hangers, is coming in and showing us this adorable acorn door hanger. So all kinds of fun stuff that you are gonna get within the group. And we have a lot of fun in there. Lisa, I am announcing the price on the day we launch. So on September 16th, all the details will be up. If you guys want more info as far as like some specifics about it, if you guys got my messenger alert, there's a link in there that will take you to the online paint studio page of my website, and it gives you all the information you need. We have at the bottom some of the testimonials of some of my awesome ladies in there, and I'm going to be sharing a video. I did an interview with some of them last night, and we had so much fun. And it's a great video, so I've got to get that edited to share with you guys too. Sorry, I'm looking for a paint color. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask the girls on here too. There's several that are in the group right now. But we have a lot of fun in there, and I think we were talking about it last night, and one of our favorite things about it is the online group. So we have a private group on Facebook. It's Christy's Inner Tribe, and that is where I do my live tutorials with you guys, and that's where you share your paintings when you're done. But more than that, it is where these women have become friends, and we are spread out. We have Deborah out in Canada, and we are spread out all over the United States, and they have just become each other's support system, and it's just been so awesome to watch, and awesome to watch these friendships happen, because you're in there with a bunch of like-minded women who love doing the same thing you do, and all different skill levels. We have several people who are in the group who did not have any experience at all, like literally not picked up a paintbrush since they were in elementary school, and they're already producing some amazing art. So it's just very, very exciting to see that process happen, and to see all these friendships happen in the midst of it as well. So lots of fun, and I kind of lined out the calendar for them for the next few months, but we've got lots of exciting paintings coming and new techniques coming, all things to just kind of push us as artists or creatives to try to find something new and let go of that idea of being a perfectionist, letting go of trying to make it perfect or trying to make it exactly like mine, but enjoying the process and learning while you're going. Lisa, you're in Tamara's group. She is awesome. Yeah, so she's going to do a special, she's one of my buddies. She's going to do a special video for us too. All right. Hello, Debbie. So if anybody new has popped on, I'm not sure if you have, you can let us know where you're from. We've kind of been sharing. We're all over the United States and everywhere, so it's fun to kind of see how many people are coming in to the videos. So right now I'm taking my metallic gold and adding some of that in, and it immediately gives it kind of a different color here. And you get that little bit of shimmer. I like to put shimmer in my paintings. I like to walk by them and see that gold or that sparkle. whatever you use. I tend to do that a lot in my holiday ones too. But I love gold, so I put it in a lot of stuff. All right, so I think I'm gonna stop there for right now. I may come back and add some more gray. Maybe I'll streak in just a little bit. Right there. And so the chapel itself is really not that hard of a design either. So you're basically starting with a square, and then you're adding a triangle on top of it, and then a rectangle and a triangle. And then you've got yourself a cute little chapel. So they're very fun. And like I said, I want to do another one for another season. Maybe do one with some fall trees back here behind the chapel and a couple pumpkins in front. That would be cute. So we want to come in and I want to add this greenery down here. We've got a couple of these bushes in front of the chapel that I want to add in, and I've got this really nice dark hunter green that I'm going to use for that. And if you guys are still on here and you are interested in that online paint studio like I talked about, if you're not already on the wait list to be notified when we open the doors, you can comment below. Just type in waitlist and you will get an email that will connect you to me, but you will get a link inside that email that is going to give you a free 20-minute painting tutorial. So if you haven't gotten that yet and you're interested, be sure to do that. That's a little freebie for you, and you'll be sure to know as soon as we open the doors all the details about the membership as well. In addition to the tutorial, you also get a PDF that has a list of some of my favorite colors that I tend to paint with at home. And this is by no means my entire collection of paint because I'm always buying more, but they're kind of like my go-to colors. I use them in a ton of my paintings. So if you go back and you look at some of my work or look at some of my pictures, you'll probably start recognizing some of my favorite colors. And this list will tell you what those are. So for instance, this blue that I have in the background, I use this in tons and tons of my paintings because I love it. I just think it's really pretty. Teal is my favorite color. So for those of you that don't know me, I tend to put teal in a lot of stuff because I love it. Nancy always teases me. My front door is teal. So, so I'm just going in. I've got my dark green and I want it to overlap my chapel just a little bit. And then maybe I'll go into this mustard, and I'm just doing quick little brush strokes, almost like little squiggly marks all over, just to kind of give them an accent. And I want a little bit more of, all right, we got a couple of you want some more information, so I will make sure to get that to you. I'm gonna add a little bit more of my green in here. And we have people all ages also. That was the other thing that I found really cool about the group, is it really doesn't matter what your age is. Everyone's sharing and connecting, and you just have different kinds of relationships that are happening in there that are really fun. We are going to plan a Christmas party, so I'm super excited about that. And whether you're local or not, we're gonna try to, you know, get it somewhere where maybe people can fly in and meet some of the members if they want to, and do something fun for the holidays as a group too. And then next year we are already kind of researching and coming up with some ideas to do a retreat where not only do we get to meet each other, but you guys will get to learn from me in person. So we'll do workshops together where you get to paint with me one-on-one. So that'll be something really fun, especially for those of you. Some of you get to paint with me here locally, but those of you that don't, it'll give us an opportunity to meet and opportunity for you to see firsthand kind of how I work and what my style is. Nancy, I am using, this is just a dark green. It's like a hunter green or campground, any dark green. And then this is sage green from Michaels. I really love, the sage green is a really, really pretty color. So I've got my greenery on there. I've got my brush strokes in the front of my chapel. So I still want to come on and add, if you're looking at the original, you guys can see that okay, right? So if you're looking at the original and then looking at the one that I'm working on tonight, we have to add these fun little flowers in the front here. And I need to see if I thought I had all my colors. Here we go. So these are real similar to how I do my poppies, if you've ever seen me teach poppies before. I've already added my grass down there, and then I'm just gonna start coming in and adding all my little flowers. I've got tons of paint in my brush, and I'm just kind of smushing it down there. You guys see that okay? I don't want to knock my phone out of the holder. There we go. And I want them to come off the edge. So very random. The quicker you can do this, the better, because it doesn't look too overthought and too calculated. We want it to be messy. We want it to be random. They're just nature. It's just nature, and we don't want it to look like we have a pattern going on. So I want some small, some big, maybe some come a little bit higher. So these are really quick flowers, but they add just a fun little element to the painting. Nancy says one of her favorite flowers. Mine too. I love doing these. You could do them in any color. So maybe in the fall I'll come in and do some like mum colors down there. So I've got my little flowers down here. I'm gonna streak a little bit more white up here. I want it a little bit more solid, not so much brown showing through. So this is just one of those things, as you're painting, you look and you notice different stuff, and you can go back and edit and change. Nothing you do with acrylic is ever permanent. The secret to acrylic painting is if you do something that you're not happy with, you just let it dry, and then you can come right back over top of it and paint it again, and you'll never know it was there previously. So what you don't want to do if you're painting with acrylic is to try to fix it while it's wet, because all that does is make a big mess for you. So this way you give it a little bit of a chance to dry. I want to streak a little bit of blue in there. I think I want to come back with more blue in here. A little bit of a chance to dry, and then you can go right over top of that. So even where I had that yellow is already dry. So I'm not worried about going over top of it with blue and having it turn green on me. I know that's not going to happen because I've given it enough time to dry on there. So just quick little brush strokes that kind of give us the idea of the reflections and stuff. So then I have the insides of my flowers. I want to come in and just add a couple little, doesn't have to be in all of them. Maybe just focus on some of your bigger ones. So how many of you on here right now have stuff at home that you could practice and do any of these techniques? Or are most of you starting from complete scratch and need to know what supplies to get and all that good stuff? If you have your stuff at home, this is a really fun technique. You can just try on, you know, some scrap paper, or I have my students get a mixed media pad, which is awesome because you can practice all kinds of stuff in it. So if you've seen a lot of my videos, you kind of know what I'm talking about. But this is just all kinds of practice that you can do in here. And it's nothing permanent. You're not making any, you know, final paintings with it, but it helps you get your technique down before you go to your painting. So you guys have Lisa and Debbie. Donna is a total new beginner. Lisa and Debbie, so you have stuff at home already and you're ready to try some new things. And that's what I love about this. You literally don't have to have any experience whatsoever. Even if you have never picked up a paintbrush before, I walk you through each step of the way and I break it down into easy steps for you. The awesome thing about the online painting is you can pause it, you can rewind it, you can take a break and come back to it and do it on your own time schedule, which is awesome for so many of us. I mean, myself included. I've got 3 girls and 3 different activities going on. This is why I'm doing this at night instead of during the day with you guys, because I was running all over the place today. I have one sick one that needed medicine, another one playing volleyball, another one at a play date, so it's constant moving around. All right, Lisa said, you've got stuff. Lynn said, I've got plenty. That's good. Then if you guys have some stuff, hopefully you can take some of the little tips that I've taught you in the videos and kind of test them out. So I still need to add my cross on the top. So again, I just want to go with a really, really skinny brush. I love these ones that I got from Amazon. Let me show you guys. I haven't even opened all of them because I've only used 3 or 4 of them, but they're awesome. They're actually made for like people who paint model cars and that kind of stuff. But man, they are so awesome for the little fine points that you need when you don't want a big, thick line. So I'm just going to add a little cross up here. And then I may want to go in and add just a little bit more white there. Need a little bit more white on my palette. Nancy, this one is Robin's Egg. There you go, Debbie. You should definitely get your paints out. Take a little time for yourself. We're always so busy doing stuff for everybody else. It's good for us to take a little break and just relax our brains. You know, that's one thing about being creative in any realm is it just allows you to forget about what's going on in life. It can be super therapeutic. It is for me. And you're just able to let go and just enjoy the process of creating and focusing on that for a time being instead of whatever may be going on in your life that maybe you just need a little break from. All right, what do you guys think so far? I think I'm about done. So the last thing I want to do, I bought myself some new palette knives. So I have metal ones instead of the plastic ones. And they just have more give. You have more flexibility with them. But if you look at the original, I like that really rustic look of the brown being kind of scraped around the edges. Kind of gives it some age. So I've got my palette knife loaded up with some burnt umber. And I'm just going to start scraping. I know I want it on all my edges. And then you can decide how much you really want to pull it in on your sides. I like to have it real random. So like if you're looking at the original, some areas, maybe there's a little bit more. And I love doing it on wood because it'll catch the wood grain and give you these really cool strokes with the palette knife because it catches the edge of these areas. So I'm just kind of dragging that down. See how that's catching those edges there? And I don't have any medium in my paint tonight. This is just regular craft acrylic paint, so I didn't add anything to it. I need a little bit more brown. You guys like that technique? That's fun, isn't it? I love how the effect of that goes on. And just by scraping just a little bit, and it just catches right on that edge and gives it that fun kind of aged look. And again, you can decide how much. If you're nervous doing it at first, take your paint and go along your edge first, and then you can kind of get a little brave and pull it around the corner if you want to see how it looks. Once you get used to it, then you love it. Thank you, Julie. Julie has been painting with me for quite a while. She comes to my local paint classes and has just grown so much since she started. And like she said, she's a beginner, brand new to painting, but she's doing great with it. And it's a good outlet, a good time with your friends, or just to do it by yourself sometimes too. That's what I have to say. I love the online part of it because you can kind of just relax. Turn some music on if you want to, or you can paint in silence, which I'm doing tonight because something is wrong with everything in my house and my Spotify won't work. Normally I like to paint to music. And you can do some like spa or classical or something if you just want something peaceful, but sometimes it's just really fun to turn some loud, crazy music on and kind of gets you going and helps you paint a little bit faster. If you paint in my local paint nights with me, we're almost always listening to some 80s music. Everyone gets to sing along and have a little fun. So I'm just gonna drag that over, maybe a little bit on my flowers. I don't want too much down there. So what do you guys think? I need to add in a couple. Yes, Nancy, I agree. It is so fun. I'm probably going to start doing a little more palette knife painting just because I enjoy it so much, and it's just a very freeing thing to start trying and getting used to. So I'm going to go back over here. I feel like I lost my edges maybe just a little bit around my door. So again, just realizing it's not about perfection. You can always go back and tweak things. It's more about you guys just letting go and having fun with the process. Thank you, Lisa and Lynn and Lisa again. I do love this painting. I think I'm ready. Corey's going to have to build me some more palettes because I have run out of them to do new projects on. So this was, oh, I take that back. I have one more. So a new one that I am working on for the fall is going to be a scarecrow that says, welcome fall, y'all. So we're going to have a little scarecrow down here in the corner, and then we can add the words up top. So I'm super excited about that. Yeah, Julie said we do sing often. We do. We have a little group of singers while we're painting. Makes it fun. So I'm stepping back right now, and I'm just kind of comparing the two. Obviously, they don't need to be identical, but I just want to make sure that I'm not missing something, because sometimes if I'm talking to you guys and then going back and forth, I might miss a few things. We'll set it up here. Get all my stuff out of the way. You can tell, look how clean and organized I am, right? I just move stuff around so I can get to what I need. I think that's the artist way. It's just how my brain works. Thank you very much, Angela. I am going to be doing lives every day until I open the doors to the paint studio again. I say every day. I think I'm going to have to change that back to every weekday. We're going to Fayetteville this weekend to be with my family, so I won't have access to show you guys much there unless me and my mom decide to do something together. Who knows, that might happen. And we might do a live with you. How many of you would want to see, this is just something, she's gonna love that I brought this up. So if you don't know much about my history, my mom is an artist. That's where I got my talent from. But she is the queen of cookie decorating. So I don't know if I can convince her to do that or not, but I think it would be so neat to have her show you guys some of her stuff too, and us decorate some cookies together. So I don't know, not that we'll really have time for that this weekend. But to answer your question, Angela, yeah, my goal is Monday through Friday from now until we open the doors. And we'll be mixing those in with some paintings, and then I'm going to have some interviews of my current students and share some of their stories. So we have lots of fun stuff over the next 4 weeks. I think we have a little less than 4 weeks now, or maybe it's 4 weeks from this Sunday. I can't remember. So anyways, I really like doing, we've done some paint pours. Obviously you guys have seen me do plenty of acrylic too, but I really enjoyed doing the watercolor and doing the script writing with that and kind of tying that into a devotional. So I may do some more of those as well. Maybe like to start our week off on Mondays, do a little devotional and watercolor painting and scripture. So I don't know, those are just some ideas popping around my head. So you guys, let me know what you think. But it's been lots of fun getting on here with you and getting feedback from everybody too. So I think that's about it. What do you guys think? Are we done? Let's set them next to each other. As I knock my thing over, I'm just going to lean this back so we can see them together. All right, Angela says, Kim says, great idea. Angela says, yes. Lisa, you can always go back if you miss it. All the live videos, if you guys are just catching these, so this is number 11. If maybe you missed the first 10, they're all saved on the Facebook page. So you can go back to live videos. It's a tab on my Facebook page. There's one that says videos, and then there's one that says live videos. And it keeps track of all of them. So if you missed one and you want to go back, you can always go back and check that out as well. Excuse me. Lisa, were you talking about the, you're going to be in Yellowstone when we open the group? You can do it from your phone. It's super simple. So if that's the case, hopefully you'll have service out there. But yeah, you can do it from your phone. It's September 16th, so that's a Sunday night is when we're going to open it, and it will end on Thursday the 20th at midnight. So those are it's like 4.5 days we're open. All right, girls, I'm going to jump off here and let you guys have the rest of your night. I will see you tomorrow. I don't think I know what I'm doing tomorrow yet, so it'll be a surprise. I've got a couple things that I'm working on for some local classes, so maybe I'll have you guys jump in with me on those. I've got a couple Halloween ideas that I've been sketching out. Maybe a cute little owl. So anyways, have a good night, everybody. For those of you that want to get put on the wait list, make sure you comment waitlist. You will get an email sent to you with all the information. You can always go to thesocialeasel.com and go to Online Paint Studio, and it will have all the details there for you as well. So I will see you guys in the morning. Bye.